Grandma here. It is Wednesday, September 20th. I am way behind schedule this week. Things have just been a little wonky, and sorry the video is late, but there's just been too much going on. I'll go into some of it at the end of the video, or the second half. Anyway, if you have not been here before, my name is Paula. I have a very small eBay store. I occasionally sell things on Poshmark. I have some listings over there, but I did not sell anything last week on Poshmark. So what I do is talk about my solds, and then I will discuss other things, things that are going on with me or things that are going on with reselling. It just depends. You know, anyway, I already recorded some video Sunday night. It was very, very late Sunday night, actually early Monday morning. And I rewatched the footage and it was awful. I was so tired. It just, because I knew I had a lot of stuff going on. I wanted to get that footage recorded at least, but I have to redo it. So this is me redoing it. Anyway, I'm going to go through my solds, and then there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. It's just, there's been a lot going on here, but I'll get into that, some of it anyway. So the first thing that sold last week, and my sales are from Monday through Sunday night. So this is previous week, since I'm in the middle of the week now, and I don't know if I'm going to get this uploaded tonight, by tonight, edited and uploaded by tonight, Wednesday, or if it's not going to be up until Thursday. So it's just, I'm way behind. Anyway, the first item I sold was 3 serving bowls. They were certified international brand, Color Bakery, Mindy Summers veggie serving bowls. And I sold 3 of those. They paid $30.57 and shipping was $8.38. I got those in a lot with some other things, and I think that lot is paid for. I'll check. If not, I'll put notes up above, like I usually do. Anyway, so that might be profit. The next item I sold was 2 frosted crystal Hummel figures by Goebel. I had 4 listed, and they could choose whichever ones they wanted. I have been marking these down. These go right along with the Boyd's Bears in that I will never buy Hummel figures again. These were different. They weren't like the ones that are colored. They were clear, and it looked, when I bid on them in an auction lot, and I think they were with some other things too, but I think I barely made my money back on these. Anyway, the 2 of them, they paid $5.24 and shipping was $12.21. They were quite heavy for how small. They weren't very big, but they were quite heavy. Anyway, at least they're out of here. No more Hummels for me, no more Boyd's Bears. It's just, the list is growing of things that I will not pick up again or bid on again or anything. Things I don't want sitting around here. The next item I sold was the Sack, S-A-K, taupe brown woven crochet handbag. Had a 10-inch strap. It was 13 inches wide. It was very nondescript. It was very bland, plain. I think I've got 1 handbag left. There was a lot of these bags that I bought. There were 8 to 10 handbags in this lot, and I got them for, I think, $5, maybe $10. I've sold all of them except for this one, and I've got 1 more still listed. Anyway, it sold for $10.80. It's all profit, and shipping was $7.85. The next item was a world famous San Diego Zoo souvenir giant panda mug, and this was a vintage item for sure. Anyway, they paid $9.99 and shipping was $9.17. I think this is an item that came out of my mom's junk that she had in the kitchen, that whole thing, where we went digging around and finding stuff that she didn't want anymore that I could just get rid of. So I think that's where this came from, because I don't think I would have picked this up. The next item I sold was a black and pink back closure baseball cap. Support the cure breast cancer. It was an adjustable baseball cap. Had Velcro on the back, but you can't use the word Velcro in listings. Anyway, it has been listed for over a year, this cap. And so I've been reducing the price. It finally sold for $3.75. I don't know why the shipping, they must be way on the East Coast. And since I'm in Arizona, shipping is more. Anyway, the shipping was $6.60. Let's see. The next item I sold was a Lefton bear on a holly bell. It was green holly leaves and red berries. It was from 1986, so vintage. Sold for $15.99, and shipping they paid was $6.07. The next item I sold was 6 Stella Artois gold rimmed beer glasses, and they were in the original box. They looked new. They did not look like they'd ever been used, but you can't tell with some glassware, you know. Anyway, I didn't list them as new, but they looked new. And anyway, they paid $20 for them, and shipping was $12.22. Let's see. The next item I sold was a pair, and I don't remember where I got those glasses from. Those Stella Artois glasses. I can't remember at all. I may have picked them up at a restore. I don't think I did that. Again, I don't know where they came from. Could have gotten them in a auction lot. That memory is gone. The next item was a pair of aqua blue and green fish stemmed wine glasses, and they were hand painted. You could tell someone, painted them by hand. They didn't look like they were produced somewhere and multiples were produced. These looked like a one-off kind of, somebody just did these. They were not attractive, but they were weird, and so I picked them up. I thought, oh, somebody will buy these, and it took a really long time. It's probably been close to a year these have been listed. They sold for $6 finally, and shipping they paid was $11.43. I probably paid $1 a piece for these, so I barely made my money back on them. I think it was the color. The colors were not very attractive. Had they been oranges and yellows or something, or reds and, those colors, I think they might have done better. The color, the green was not very, it wasn't a pretty green color. Anyway, at least they finally sold. So the next item I sold was a vintage pumpkin mice porcelain miniature tea set. These were so cute. Like one of the cutest things ever for me anyway. Little tiny, really small, just really cute. Anyway, they paid $9.29 and shipping was $9.17. I have another set. It doesn't have quite as many pieces in it, but there's one more set listed, and I think it's bunnies, so it's more Easter. So those will probably sell. There's watchers, but they'll probably sell next spring. They might sell before then. You never know. Anyway, the next item I sold was 6 The Lady and the Unicorn melamine tip trays. They were like 4x6 size. I picked these up at a sale that one of the auction houses was having. They're having a moving sale. And so I picked these up just because I knew the paintings, because I'm interested in some artwork. I won't sell it, but some of it interests me. And anyway, those sold for $19.20, so pretty good. Pretty good amount for what they were, and $7.35 for shipping. The next item I sold was a vintage Persian Katam wooden trinket box. It had a polo scene hand painted on the lid, and let's see, though it was 4 by 2 inches, so not very big. It was, it was small, and it sold for $12, and that was an offer. Shipping they paid was $6.07. I wasn't sure how to price it. There were a couple of items listed that were a little similar, but not the size. So I just kind of threw a number out there. I think I listed them for 14 or 15, got an offer for 12, so I took it. Let's see, the next item, and this I also got an offer on, was a brass Penco bird, pelican, dodo, nautical is what I, trivet is what I put in the listing title. I could not tell for sure what kind of bird this was. Looks like a pelican, but not really. And so I was like, well, maybe it's a dodo, but not really. And so I just put a bunch of stuff in, and it sold within, it was less than a week that I had this thing listed. And again, it was an offer. I think I had it listed for 15. It sold for 13, and the shipping they paid was 9.47. The next item I sold was a vintage Fendi Burgundy Roses acrylic fringed shoulder wrap scarf. And I sent out offers on a few things this week, and this was one of them. Anyway, it sold for 12.74, and shipping they paid was 5.33. And the last sale was to a viewer, and I'm going to pause this for a second so I can double check the name. Okay, it's LM. So I don't have a first name, but they left me a note and said, "Love your YouTube channel. Thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it. Always uh, kind of surprised when I get viewer sales. And I hope that people don't buy things from me that they don't really need, or that they can't really use. I don't buy from me just because, I mean, it's nice. I appreciate that you want to support me, but I don't want you to buy things that you can't use or won't use, or, just to, I'd rather have you buy something for Simon, who is sleeping. Um, I may put a link up, and I won't ever do the buy me a coffee or any of that stuff. It just seems, I don't know. It's just not going to be me. I won't do that. But I will maybe put a link up to a shopping list on Amazon for him. And if somebody wants to support me and they don't really need anything from my store, from my eBay store, they don't see anything there, and they just want to buy something for Dingus back here, I'll have a little list up there, and I'll try to find some things that are cheap on Amazon that, maybe if somebody wants to buy something for him, they can do that. And, that way you're helping me, but you're not going to be stuck with something that you can't really use. So it'll be an option. I was thinking about that before, and I was like, because I see everybody else that does videos posting, buy me a coffee or that kind of stuff. And for me, it's okay. I sell my stuff, I get my money, and I, I can't monetize YouTube yet. If I ever do, I don't even know if I'll ever have enough subscribers. I don't really care. It's not why I'm doing this. It would be nice to have income from it, but it's not why I'm doing it. So, LM purchased a pair of ceramic Halloween mugs. One said Witch's Brew on it, and the other one said Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. And then she purchased, or he, I don't know for sure, I'm assuming it's a she, two different Nightmare Before Christmas tablecloths, and they were brand new. Anyway, the total for all three of her items was $15.96, and shipping paid was $15.76. I did send her a refund. I can't remember if it was, I think it was around $5. Anyway, so I sent her a refund for the overpayment on the shipping. But thank you again for the support. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, so that's it for my sales. I had 14 total sales, but I sold 17 items because I sold multiples. The two Hummel figures and the three items that LM purchased. So 17 items, 14 sales, which is way more than I've had recently. So the dollar amount for each sale, I still have a low ASP, but the volume has picked up. So it worked out okay. It was better than last week for sure. I've got a fuzzy floating around. My hair's doing special things because I don't know if it's humid out or what's going on. It gets crazier the more humid it is. So my hair gets pulled up a lot, especially during the summer here. I can't take it. So if I could shave my head, if I didn't have a fat roll on the back of my head, I would shave my head because sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. But Anyway, this is what you get. So, okay, that's it for my sales. Okay, so last time when I mentioned things that were going on here at the house, um, I think I told you guys I hooked up a meter thing to my to see how much electricity I'm using, and the max that I could use or that I do use during the summer is about 150, $158 a month, and I've been paying 120 a month every month, even in the wintertime when I don't have a heater on or anything. And so, it evens out, and I think I'm paying more than enough, but it's now going to go up to 250 a month that I'm paying. Someone, and I don't want to go too far into it, but I got more into why uh, my electricity usage has become an issue. Um, she refinanced the house 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. In that 2 years, she has managed to rack up $20,000 on one of her credit cards. And it's because she doesn't set a budget for anything ever. She just buys whatever she wants to buy. It all has to do with the chickens in the barn and the colony cats that she feeds. Now we do have several cats, or she has several cats that are in the house. Um, she's got, I think, 5 in the house, and they eat a substantial amount of food, but it's not crazy. But there's also 5 or 6 outside, and everybody gets wet food twice a day, once in the morning and once at night, and that adds up. And so she just buys cases of cat food like twice a month, and it's insane. And with the chickens, she orders their food, the lane mash or whatever it is. One of the things that she gets for them, she used to buy locally, and they stopped carrying it. And the chickens are picky because she has spoiled them, and so she now has to order this one particular thing that they eat. She orders from California and has to pay shipping for it to come to Arizona, and it's like 50 pounds, so the shipping's not cheap. Um, and she orders that stuff like once a month, I think. So it all adds up, and she doesn't. I don't know. She goes overboard with all of it, and then she neglects the things that she should spend the money on, like getting her air conditioner checked, because she's had problems with it um, the past since I moved in, so almost 3 years now. There's been issues with the air conditioner, with hers, the big one that does the whole house, and it's just that kind of stuff. Gets neglected, and the chickens are spoiled. She buys fresh lettuce and tomatoes for them um, every week. And she stands in the kitchen cutting everything up for them instead of just throwing it out there like most people do with their chickens. They get scraps usually. These guys get fresh everything, and it's really over the top. Anyway, so it looks like I am going to have to file bankruptcy. Um, my income from Social Security is limited because I took it early, and so I don't even get $800 a month from my Social Security. Now I do make some money from eBay, but it's not enough. It's not stable. Like, it changes every month, first of all, and secondly, even on a really good month, it's not enough uh, to cover my expenses if I'm paying 250 a month here for the utilities. So it'll just give me a fresh start if I have to do that. I don't want to, but it's looking more and more like I might have to. I will leave that there. Um, there was a couple other things I want to talk to you guys about. Oh, so I've noticed, and you guys probably have too if you're a reseller, that eBay, when you're in eBay, they mentioned that they're going to be billing us at the time we print the label for FedEx and UPS. If you've noticed, and I bitched about it before, and everybody else has bitched about it too, apparently, because they've changed it now. UPS and FedEx used to get billed after the item was delivered. And, I don't like that. I want to pay for the label when I ship the item, when I print the label. And so I have avoided using UPS or FedEx, especially UPS, on eBay. I don't ship FedEx ever. I mean, I think one time I've used FedEx, and it's because it was cheaper than UPS or USPS. Anyway, I don't like shipping and having to wait to see how much it's going to cost me, because they change the amount from what they tell you it's going to be almost every time. So apparently now eBay is going to go ahead and charge you for the label. My biggest problem with this still, and I still am not going to use FedEx or UPS unless I absolutely have to, is that with the post office, if they come back and upcharge us for a label, like if they decide that our measurements were wrong, or that it weighed more than we said it did, and they come back and charge us that additional fee, we have a way to dispute that if it's with the post office. But if it's UPS or FedEx, eBay gives us no way to dispute those charges. So if I do ship through UPS, I will do it through Pirate Ship, because they at least offer a way to dispute the fees with UPS if they come back and say that a shipment was more than you originally thought it was going to be, or than they told us it was going to be. So I'm still not shipping through UPS or FedEx on eBay. It's not going to happen. So that was it about that. I mean, for the people who will do ship through UPS or FedEx on eBay, at least you'll be paying for your label at the time you ship the item, so you don't have to worry about when that's going to show up or when it's going to get taken out of your account. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, I'm I don't know if anyone else has noticed this or not, but anytime I've watched those videos where people are opening packages that weren't delivered or were lost packages or whatever from the post office, every single time the labels on those packages have been thermal printer labels. I've never seen a package get opened by one of those people on those videos, where they've gotten a whole box of lost mail or whatever it is. Um, I don't, I've never seen a label that looked like a taped on label. All I've seen is thermal labels, and I don't know if there's a way that those labels can get damaged, or something can happen to the barcode where it gets kind of obscured so it doesn't get scanned right. Um, I don't know. It's kind of making me second guess on whether I want to do thermal labels. And if I do decide to buy a thermal printer, I may still put tape over the label just to protect it in case there's any weather. I don't know how stable the thermal labels are if they get wet, or if some part of it gets ripped off or whatever. And if there's tape over it, if I use the clear tape over that label, it just gives it a layer of protection. So that may be what I'll do if I ever do buy a thermal printer. If I do buy one, it's going to be a Zebra. I'm not going to buy the other brand that everybody else talks about, because they're like 3 times as expensive. And from what I understand, the Zebra printers are the ones that like UPS uses. And so if they're using a printer that has to run all day, every day, and is constantly printing things, it's got to be a decent brand. So anyway, that's my issue with the label thing. It just got me thinking, like, I wonder if those are great labels to just leave unprotected, and if anything could get screwed up on them. And that's how come they're ending up in these, couldn't be delivered videos. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to leave this in the video. I'm going to watch it back and see how it turned out, this part, what I'm going to say. And this might be a touchy subject. I'm not going to name any names, because I don't want to do that, but I want to find out from people if it's still proper etiquette. If you buy someone a baby gift, um, is it still proper etiquette for people to send out a thank you or to at least send you a message and thank you for the gift? You know, so there's a reseller that mentioned that their daughter was pregnant and they had a list at the bottom of their video where you could buy things on Amazon and send a gift if you wanted to. I don't know this reseller particularly well. I've obviously never met her in person, but I thought, well, it'd be nice to send something. So I did, and this was back in June, and I didn't spend a lot of money. Again, I don't know this person. I watch her videos, but I don't watch all of them. So she's someone that I will occasionally watch, but um, she has a very strong personality, and so I can't. Some of them I just can't. So, it's just one of those things. Everybody has a different personality. There's some people that wouldn't like me because I talk slow and, maybe my stuff is boring. That's fine. So, again, there's so many resellers out there doing videos that there's somebody for everybody or a few somebodies for everybody. But anyway, back to my question or point for this. Um, I spent just under $20. Just got a couple little things, sent them, and haven't heard a peep. Nothing. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I'm old and that's how we used to do things. If you sent someone a gift, a baby gift, and, you know, you got a thank you of some sort. I wouldn't, even if it was an email, that would be fine, um, but nothing at all. And so I just don't know if that's something people just don't do anymore. Nobody sends thank yous. Um, is that something still? Is it still a thing? Uh, Let me know in the comments if you feel like it, or if you know if that's still a thing that's that people do or that's kind of expected. It used to be, if somebody sent a gift, you thanked them, and especially a baby gift or a wedding gift. Those were the two things, that you really made sure you sent thank yous. Um, anyway, that's probably the last time I'll do that, at least with this particular, you know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I shouldn't even care. Maybe it shouldn't be an issue. Maybe it's only if you spend over like $50 or over $100, then the person sends you a thank you. Maybe that's it. Maybe I didn't spend enough for it to really warrant a thank you. And, I would have spent more, but again, I don't really watch this person all the time. I don't think I've ever seen her daughter in a video. So I don't know, anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. And I may have cut this part out, so I don't know if I'm going to put it in the video or not. I don't want to ruffle any feathers or start anything. Nobody say any names down below, please. If you know who it is, then you know who it is. Just don't say names. Um, anyway, okay, so if you saw the thank you with the smiley face at the beginning of the video as my opening screen, that is what all my boxes look like when I ship items out. I always write thank you and put a smiley face on two sides of the box. If it's a flat package, a poly bag, I'll do it on one side usually, the side that doesn't have a label. But I try to always write on the box, thank you. Because I usually get everything taped up and put away, so I don't put anything inside with my items. But putting it on the outside, for me, anyway, I don't put fragile stickers on anything because there's always that one guy or that one girl. They're pissed off at the world. They work for UPS or USPS or whoever, and they see a fragile sticker and it's like, hold my beer. let me see if I can beat the crap out of this package. This is fragile on it. I'm not going to let anybody know that there's something that they could break if they got a hair up their butt. And so I'm not sticking a fragile sticker on anything. It's just, I won't do it. I did it one time and it got broken. So, and I had it packed well. So, not doing it. I don't put fragile stickers on stuff. Um, so, what I do is I write thank you and put the happy face on the outside of the box. I rarely have had a customer tell me that their package was beat up. And I don't know if it's because the postal workers see the thank you and it's got a smiley face and maybe it keeps them from beating up the box. I have no idea. But it's also it's a thank you for my customers, but it's also a thank you for the delivery people, the postal workers or UPS, whoever, mostly USPS. But it's a thank you for them and it's a thank you for my customers. So that's why you see, if you saw that at the beginning of the video or before you clicked, that is what my boxes look like. I just hand write it on there. I bought markers. I have a whole set, and I'll do 2 colors usually. I don't use the black very often, but I'll do green, red, or blue. And it doesn't take very long, no longer than it would to stick a note in. And so, in this way, that not only does the customer see it, but the delivery person sees it. So maybe it keeps them from beating up the box. I don't know. It's not hurting anything. So that's what I do with that. I think that's it. As far as, there was one other thing that just had a fleeting moment in my brain while I was telling you about what I write on the boxes, but it's gone now and I can't remember what it was. So if I think of it, I will throw it in here and tell you guys what I was thinking about. But if not, maybe I'll do it in the next video. I've already had some sales this week. I don't know how many. Let's see. 1, 2, 5. I've already had 5 sales this week. One of them was decent. So, but you'll see that in my next video. I will try to do it on Monday. Again, there's so many resellers that release videos on Mondays that I'm thinking I may move and release mine on Tuesdays. And that's just going to be, and this week was just stupid. Too much going on here at the house for me to be able to focus. And I also had a doctor's appointment this week. Oh, I went to a new thrift store that I didn't even know about. I had to go to my doctor's appointment for my back yesterday morning, and it was really early. And then I had to go to the post office and drop off some stuff to ship. And then, there's something else. This is the other thing I was going to tell you guys. When I went to the post office, they told me that it's a new thing. Now, I don't know if she was lying to me or not. They will only scan 10 packages at a time if you take them up to the counter. Any more than 10, they won't scan them. If you have one of those sheets where it just gives you one scan number, but I don't do bulk shipping. I don't use the bulk shipping. I package my things up as I get sales typically. That's how I do it. I don't do bulk shipping. And so, and she said, well, you could have everything picked up. And it's like, no, I can't. I have a training post office, and half the time they don't pick it up or they don't scan it, or it's a mess, so I can't have things picked up. And so she said, yeah, they're only going to allow you to take 10 packages up to the counter to have them scanned at a time. They won't allow any more than that because it holds up the line. Again, I don't know if this is just this one post office or if it's a whole thing. So maybe ask your carriers if you take your packages in. I prefer to drop mine through the chute in the wall, but sometimes it's stuck because too many people have put stuff in and the postal workers didn't move the cart or empty the cart so that more things can get dropped through. So sometimes I have to stand in line. If you've got more than 10 packages, at least with this particular post office, they aren't going to scan them for you. So just letting you know about that. And there was something else, but I can't remember it. So anyway, I think that's it for this video. I will see you probably next Tuesday with a Salts video. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Because you guys can't see him down here. There he is. Oh, this baby. I know. He was loving on the microphone. I wish I'd had it on. You guys would have had giant purring sounds. There we go. Oh, there you go. Well, now he's probably going to get down. He gets very loving and then he eats crunchies, dry food, whatever. Oh, Simon. Oh, he's trying to eat the microphone. No, don't do that. That's no-nos. That is no-nos. Where you going? Come on. Ah! That's his pillow on the bed that he sleeps on. What, honey? What? Okay, I know. Super lovey. Here. Oh, I'm gonna pause you guys. He needs some treats.